Sinners was directed by Ryan Coogler and stars Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, and Miles Caton, and is about after trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start over again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. You keep dancing with the devil, one day he's gonna follow you home. Coogler's direction in Sinners was honestly knocked out of the park. The way the story webs and flows in the first hour, establishing this looming sense of evil, was masterfully done. And I'm not kidding when I say this movie blew me away, because it did. It was truly an unforgettable movie-going experience, and I would say that this is so far my favorite movie of the year, as well as the film's score. This is the first time in a while where I looked to my left and right and noticed the entire audience locked in on the screen. Which is crazy, because I honestly went into the film thinking it was just going to be okay. But I knew once we reached the halfway mark of the film that we were in the hands of a director with a singular vision making the film he wanted to make. Alongside the acting and the cinematography, I think what made this film for me was actually the musical aspect of it. A lot of the times when an actor plays two characters in the same movie, it's interesting and neat, but sometimes the performances can suffer and feel like a gimmick. Michael B. Jordan gives his career's best performance here in Sinners, having the ability to make Smoke and Stack feel like two distinct, living, breathing people, to where there was times where I forgot that these characters were played by the same actor. I'm still trying to come to terms that this is Miles Caton's first film. If that's true, then he has a bright future ahead of him, and I can't wait to see what he does next. There's a one-shot scene in here that just blew me the heck away, and it's going to be talked about a lot. It hits something deep. Sammy singing and playing guitar, the crowd moving, time folding in on itself, all generations dancing as one like it was meant to be. Coogler really turned music into a spiritual weapon. That one sequence is something I'll never forget. It displays the power of art so beautifully. The score is beautifully blended with different sounds from different generations, and man, it rocks. No surprise though, it was composed by Ludwig Göransson. This guy doesn't miss. It's one that will benefit from multiple watches, and I think will only get better after each rewatch. My interpretation of the vampire lore was that the main vampire wanted to turn Sammy into a vampire because he had the ability to see the past, present, and future ancestors through his musical abilities. And I believe that main vampire was a tortured soul and wanted to turn Sammy because he wanted to also know those ancestors and dependents. It was an interesting concept, if not a little bit underdeveloped. I would say a minor negative I had was the ending vampire battle. It felt a little bit anticlimactic and I wished it was fleshed out a little bit more. But it doesn't detract points from the film as a whole because there's still an epic gunfight at the end that makes up for it. Although I thought she was fun in the role, I thought Haley Steinfeld's character was a little bit underutilized. I didn't meet. I ran into her at a Comic-Con once and I said, "Hi Haley," and she gave me the cold shoulder like I ran over her dog. Delroy Lindo is another standout here that isn't talked about enough. He also played a great mentor cop in the action sci-fi film The One, starring Jet Li and Jason Statham. If y'all haven't seen The One, y'all are missing out on cinema's greatest wire work. Sinners is a mix of a bunch of genres. It's part crime thriller, there's a dash of coming of age, drama, romance, notes of a musical. It's a stew packed with spices, and the horror simmers and simmers before coming to a roiling boil. Kinda like From Dusk Till Dawn. I did not expect to like this movie as much as I did. That aspect of music bringing people from all the generations to the present is so cool, and the cinematography showing all of it is just a masterclass. Genuinely such an impressive film. The music and dancing and spot-on accents were surprisingly great. The exploration of different concepts like mortality, magic, freedom, kindship all have me yearning for more. The way this movie pays homage to the history of the blues and African American culture in general was a beautiful thing to see. It transcends the typical vampire genre, offering an immersive world that captivates the viewer. It masterfully blends historical culture, music, and horror into a stunning narrative. There's a lot happening throughout the story. Some may argue it's too much, but Ryan Coogler navigates it with such skill. And I appreciated the fact that he stayed true to the traditional lore of vampires. I hate it when they are reinvented poorly. While the vampire elements occasionally veer into campiness, it ultimately doesn't detract from the overall experience. And the way Ryan Coogler portrayed the vampire thirst was also well done. The drooling and almost euphoric thirst was like a touch I haven't seen in a vampire film. There was something truly disturbing about those vampires singing and dancing outside of that dance hall. It visually looked like a cult folktale. I have nothing wrong with movies that set out to entertain you and put a smile on your face. In fact, I love a lot of films of all different kinds, which aim for that type of experience. However, when a filmmaker has a story they're passionate about and they run with their ideas to make something great, I often find those films all the more rewarding to experience and analyze. I'm tired of hearing that Hollywood is running out of original ideas because we have movies like Sinners released in theaters, and if we don't go into the theaters to support it, we won't get more films like this. Overall, Sinners is safely my favorite film of 2025 thus far. Featuring a vibrant fabric of blues music, the film elegantly portrays the themes of family bonds and the thirst for power, which is why I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. Thank you guys as always for watching. I look forward to bringing out more movie reviews pretty soon. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below what movies y'all want me to check out next here on the channel. I'm Matt, and I'll see you guys in the next video.